roses when you feel like falling over. Just let me in your head so I can be there for you, there for you. Tonight is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? You fall asleep. Tonight is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? You fall asleep. Tonight is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? You fall asleep. Tonight is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? We do it on repeat.
Well, everybody, welcome to VC Masters with Dr. Salman Alzar, professor at Duke University, who's going to be leading the charge in this great show that we're going to look at today. And we have a very special guest, somebody you might have seen on the Pod TV network with the World Talent Economic Forum, starting originally in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and then expanding into Dhaka, Bangladesh. So he's going to be coming from across the other side of the world for our viewers. But in the meantime, we're bringing the host of the show, the Honorable Dr. Salman Alzar. Dr. Alzar, welcome to your show. I see you have the big Duke on. They're doing very well in basketball right now. So as they're leading the charge, so we're gonna see how well they do when it comes to the Final Four this weekend. But we do have a very special guest for you today, and he's coming in from Dhaka, Bangladesh, but he used to be in Kuala Lumpur, Indonesia. And so beaming all the way in from that air, we're going to bring in none other, the Honorable Dr. Sharif Irana. Dr. Sharif, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, yeah, we were just doing a mic test. That's the reason I asked how you're doing. I didn't really care. Just kidding. He's a good guy, but I'll turn the rest of the time over to Dr. Alzar. And I'll be out.
So I'm trying, this is an interesting day because we just heard from Trump and the tariffs and so on. And you have a lot of exposure to an understanding and experience in the global markets and global talent. So tell me what this does to globalization and how would it impact US and Bangladesh and some of the Asian countries that you're connected with?
Okay. What I see, right now, Bangladesh government chief advisor, Dr. Mohammad Yunus, he is a famous economist and he's a Nobel laureate. He's a very famous. And what I see right now, he's in BIMSTEC summit, and they say that they're going to negotiate with USA regarding this tariff and all of the things. This is positive side for Bangladesh, and definitely Bangladesh has a very big market for their garments sectors in USA, in North America. So definitely Bangladesh businessmen, they do not want to lose their market share in the USA. But I have my individual opinions because I live different part of the world, in Europe, in North America, in Malaysia. Right now I'm in Dhaka. I just come from a business trip. I visited the Podda area. We are developing a master plan for developing the smart city in Bangladesh. Anyway, so in some point, what I see in social media and many news, that people have lots of thoughts about these tariff issues. But honestly speaking, what I see that what Trump is doing for his country, this tax issue at least, this tariff issue at least, is good, because from the developing nations, what I see when Bangladesh impose, let's say, 70% tariff on US products, this kind of things happen because the customs and all of the people, they want to do some corruptions. Because when you have a 70% and this kind of tariff for US products, so example, let's say last few months ago I visit USA and I want to bring some product from USA to Bangladesh. So it's easy for because of big tariff, it's easy for Bangladesh customs and government authority to do some corruptions. And it's happened, all of the developing nations. So now it's create the win-win situation. Bangladesh government, ultimately, they don't have choice because they have a very big market in USA. It's my belief they will reduce the tariff uh, uh, on the US product. On the other hand, maybe this way Bangladesh also gets some benefit. So what I understand that maybe Trump has different issues and different political issues and other things. But in terms of business, I think he understands business very well. In terms of economics, he understands business and economics very well. I think most of the newspaper in Bangladesh, in South Asia, they are against this tariff. But honestly speaking, as I closely monitor the system and I travel a lot around the world, this is good for Bangladeshi local businessmen because at least the corruptions and other things will be reduced through this process. My understanding.
Interesting. So basically, what you're saying is that the tariffs globally would come down in the end, and that actually would help globalization. And the other interesting point that I never thought about is the corruption angle. So there's corruption in every country, right? And even in US, there is corruption. But it's questioned is the scale of corruption. So basically, if the tariff is like 70%, 60%, or 100%, then there is more incentive for corruption, especially if a country's GDP is low and people can't really afford things. So they would then have ways to bribe or find other ways to get goods into the country without paying the tariffs or without paying the duties.
Exactly.
Did I understand
exactly.
that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Because most of the cases, the media will not expose these things.
Right.
But it's happened with the local businessman in Bangladesh or the countries like Vietnam or the Malaysia or the China. I think this is business-wise, this is very good decision from Trump. At least I appreciate it.
Interesting. So in the short run, do you imagine any impact to the labor market in Bangladesh, for example, because of these tariffs? Because there would be a slowdown while the negotiations take place and the tariffs are reduced.
Yeah, definitely. I told you, like a few things, we are heavily dependent on USA. Number one, our garments industries, because we basically get our major foreign remittance in two ways. Number one, garments, because we produce a lot of garment products in North America and in European market. Secondly, we have many labor, right? Those who work abroad. And we get a huge amount of foreign remittance through our labor. So when these things happen in a bigger scales, yes, it will create impact. Let's say a few days ago, Trump actually stopped this US aid and issues. So this way, I can understand that around 10,000 people lose their job in Bangladesh. 10,000 people. And indirectly, it's create impact around 100,000 people. It has because we are a small country, maybe for 500 billion, 400 to 500 billion dollar GDP, but we have a strong relationship with USA and other things. But if the tariff issues and these business issues, Bangladesh governments can handle or settles, I think this will be, in a long run, it will be helpful. And I am very much hopeful how I see Dr. Mohammad Yunus' regime. He is very educated. He is highly connected in the global arena. And let's say just after 2-3 days, we have a very big summit, investment summit in Bangladesh. So all of the large company from North America, from Europe, from China, from South Korea, from Japan, they are get entered to Bangladesh market. I think we will overcome from these positions. I have a very good hope about Dr. Mohammad Yunus and his economic activities.
So it's interesting that you say, mention Dr. Mohammad Yunus, because this is, by the way, completely different topic. I'm heavily invested and continue to invest in a fintech company that is an American company, but its goal is to rate creditworthiness for countries that do not have a credit rating system like FICO or and we have agencies like Equifax and TransUnion that help lenders figure out the creditworthiness or credit risk of consumers. So this company is using what Dr. Muhammad Yunus started with the microloan business. So the challenge with the microloan business is that, let us say that I extend a microloan to a person XYZ. I do not know what the credit risk is for me. So what they do is they use a lot of data analytics for credit risk. And it is great for countries that are heavily cash-based like Bangladesh and Mexico. And it is also great for buy now, pay later schemes where you don't have credit cards and so on, that you can get some, you can buy something and pay in installments. So tell me a little bit about what, impact Dr. Muhammad Yunus's microloans. And by the way, he won the Nobel Prize, if I recall correctly, for that work.
Yeah.
So tell me how it impacted Bangladesh's economy, because I'm carefully watching how this is impacting Mexico's economy.
Okay, excellent. I think from 2009, as a researcher, I strongly engaged with this Microfinance Institute. It's run by that time Dr. Baki Khalili. I strongly engaged with the grassroots level community. Even my research center, the World Talent Economic Forums institutions, we are heavily engaged with the grassroots level communities. So the emerging markets, the major powers, come from these micro initiatives, come from this microfinance. That is true. And another three things you see that mobile money transferring become very popular in Bangladesh with the help of bKash. I think bKash get their initial fund from Bill and Melinda Gates foundations.
Yeah.
So this is the new things is happening. Another things, recently we have revolutions with the students' revolutions happening in Bangladesh. And that's why Dr. Muhammad Yunus come to the powers. And the students' communities, what I call talent economy last 5 years, they are strongly go against the corruption and all of the things. So then the revolution happened and the new government come. So why I'm sharing these things? Because right now, Bangladesh, under the Dr. Muhammad Yunus, many constructions, I think, restructurings or new development happen in different sectors. So economics is one of the area. So if you see Bangladesh banking sector last 16 years, it has a lot of corruptions, a lot of political power imposed in the Islamic Bank and many more things, and they heavily took our money, the political people, and they send it to the Western world. So new economic committee comes to Bangladesh and they restructuring whole banking system. It's very difficult, restructuring from Central Bank of Bangladesh to our economy, to our banking sector. Banking sector, traditional banking sector has huge corruptions. I think around $20 billion they took from Islamic finance from Bangladesh to abroad through Asylum Group. So this is very critical things, but I'm very much hopeful how I see Dr. Muhammad Yunus, because he's very experienced. He knows what to do. Recently, I see a lot of improvement after he come to the power, even in between 6-7 months. Our corruptions go down, our food price go down, new job opportunities creating, new institutional developments happening, our constitutional issue is changing, our trade and commerce sectors, our economic sector is changing. So this is good time. If you're really interested to contribute the emerging economy through your company, maybe your blockchain technology or your fintech company can solve banking sector complex problem or banking sectors things. So I want to welcome you through my research center. We can propose to Bangladesh Bank and we can propose to this new committee, those who reforming the banking sector, your technology. So this is the way the global South work. We always welcome global North technology and other things. I think this is very crucial times, and if you have better solutions, if you have better things, it will helpful. And Grameen Bank and microfinance, it has very impact in our economy. Very good impact, because I closely work in the grassroots level community, especially it's focus on women, right? Women entrepreneurs. 97% women actually involved with microcredit and other things. And country like Bangladesh or Pakistan, it's very difficult to empower women entrepreneurs. So even just for this program, I just come back from Rajbari. It's a very small place, and I see that this microfinance initiative really working very well because it has its own success model. So if you can create a very good fusion with your fintech company with this microfinance and initiative, maybe you can reach more people, or we can
Definitely.
reach more people, and that is the
Definitely.
way of getting success.
Yeah, definitely. So to kind of like amplify what you're saying, first, as far as women entrepreneurship is concerned, one of the funds that I'm part of invested heavily in Indonesia. And what we found there was that the Indonesian women were very entrepreneurial. And we were surprised by how much value that they created. And when an entrepreneur creates value, they can tap that value. And as an investor, you're happy because you're just sitting here across on the other side of the planet, and you're just reaping the benefits of just investing in some of these good entrepreneurs. On a different note, there is definitely an opportunity for collaboration that I'm working on right now. So one of the companies I'm invested in has separated the dividend and the stock portion of investment. And what that does is that people who are interested in just the equity part and the up and down, let's say Microsoft and Apple are two of the products that they have started with, they can invest in that. So that's great for hedge funds. Then they have the other thing, which is just the dividend income. So a pension fund, for example, can invest in dividend income. So I was on a investor call with them, and the dividend income actually is a huge opportunity for Islamic financing, because a lot of Muslims do not want to earn interest, and that basically excludes them from all fixed income things, which is particularly important as the people grow older and they're retiring. So they would rather have some kind of an income than risk the stock market, especially on a day like today, where I think it was 3% down. So if somebody is kind of counting on that money for their retirement, it really hurts them. In fact, we are actively looking for ways to reach out outside the US to Muslim countries where we can offer dividend income in American securities. So for example, you can get something like 5-6% yield from Microsoft stock, which is under 1% dividend. Because what you're doing is you're just paying, let's say, 1/5 of the price of the shares in order to just get the dividend, and somebody else gets the stock part. So it's a very interesting thing that we are already in talks with people in UAE and American businesses. We don't have any connections in Bangladesh, so it would be great for you to join that ecosystem.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I developed a concept. It's called Silk Route 3.0. And we are launching a climate leadership program with St. Edward University in Texas, USA, and San Jose State Universities in California. So I'm very much interested to work in these things because Islamic finance is very big, like country like Bangladesh. And as I work in Khalifa Rashid bin Maktoum Foundations and Qatar Foundations and all of the things, Islamic finance has very good and a strong contribution in Islamic countries. On the other hand, it must need to develop the new model. Let's say Bangladesh is a country, we have a lot of climate-related problems in Bangladesh. Just I come from the place, it's called Padma River. I'm developing a master plan near the cities, and we are planning for develop a second Padma Bridge and urban planning in this area. So like what you call this global north with your unique solutions, if we merge with this Islamic finance, it has a very big strength in the Islamic country. This way, I think we can develop the new models, and it's create a win-win situation, like for a lot of entrepreneurs, and we have a lot of interesting projects. You can invest in these projects, or a startup, you can invest in these things. And these climate leadership programs with Japan, with and with the USA. And there are many famous scientists working in my teams, like Sharidan Tatsuno Yamanaka. She is a vice minister in Japan, and also she is a scholar from Cambridge universities, and many famous people, Fred Philip, Julian, they are working in my teams. So my thoughts, like, if we can develop unique entrepreneurs with the help of North America, and with the help of Japan's, let's say Japan is a very good friend for Bangladesh, country like Bangladesh. JICA investing a lot of money, so maybe we can solve a complex problem. So I want to invite you in our team, and you can take the real actions, and maybe you have more unique solution for Islamic finance or for climate finance. Maybe country like Bangladesh, Pakistan. I do not know your origin from Pakistan or India or what.
I was born in Lahore, Pakistan. I
Okay.
Grew up in England some of my early years, and then I immigrated to US when I was 15. So
Okay.
you can probably hear that a little bit of a Pakistani British accent there, which is completely kind of gone with all the mix of other accents.
Okay, interesting. So you have, maybe you also have a clear understanding about Pakistan or Bangladesh or this kind. I have very good friends in Pakistan. My family also live in Britain long time. I can understand how these people shifting from this place to another place. So this is interesting. I want to welcome you. I have one of the largest business incubations in South Asia. It's called CHUET, Chittagong Engineering University. So through my World Talent Economic Forums, maybe we can create more fusion and more interesting things.
So my mother lived in Chittagong before she got married, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
So we have a connection to Chittagong as well. And you were mentioning San Jose State. San Jose State is about 10 miles that way. I'm right now in San Jose. San Jose State is about 10 miles that way. So if you want to pop in and say, Dr. Sharif Rana is sending his regards, I can do that for you. It's just 10 miles.
Okay, excellent. I just came from USA, and like a few months I stay in San Jose State University with this Spartan Superway projects and the Stanford University Product Realization Labs, and then I come back to Bangladesh. So it's interesting. I think that's why I want to give thanks to Mr. Nick. That's why he may connect us. This is very interesting how I see, especially your unique model for finance, your unique model for these digital things. I think this will be very helpful for Bangladesh.
Yeah, I'm not fighting the climate change war directly, but I'm investing in a lot of clean tech or things where it would reduce pollution, reduce energy consumption. So, for example, Chia, which is one of the blockchain companies, it uses a proof of space concept, which doesn't impact the energy consumption. So one of the challenges with a lot of crypto technology is that they rely heavily on proof of stake or proof of time, which makes it very difficult to scale as the energy costs in the world are going up and up and up. But what's happening, interestingly, is that memory costs are coming down and down and down. So proof of space relies on memory as opposed to the time or the energy consumption. So, those kind of have interesting byproducts, which is that a country like Bangladesh, where energy is very expensive relative to the income level of people and relative to everything, can actually benefit from a technology which uses proof of space because it doesn't require all the electricity that is required by the regular crypto technology.
Excellent. I think, energy is another sectors we always looking for new things in Bangladesh, and especially, definitely we have to invest a lot of money for energy and all of the things. If your innovations can help our countries, we can collaborate. And another things I have in mind, as you are discussing about women entrepreneurship, so how your innovation labs or something can empower Muslim world women through business and innovations. What's your plan?
So we haven't really looked at Muslim women in particular, but as a sector, but I believe the things that we are doing for women can help others as well. And really what it involves is more flexibility of time and place, because culturally speaking, even in America, women are expected to take care of the babies or children, all the way until they go to college. That's the primary thing. And the dad or the father is like a second level of support. So by introducing time and place flexibility, you actually open up a huge market for people that otherwise would not travel. So in fact, I was just talking to my wife. She's mentioned that one of her friend's daughter is looking for work, and she, because of children, she can't really go and commute to work every day and so on and so forth. So they're just offering the time and place flexibility. And that's easy, relatively easy to do these days. First of all, the world is connected electronically. Secondly, after COVID, we have gotten over this complex that everybody has to be in the office, even though like there are lots of benefits for being in the office, and I support that. But not everybody has to be in the office. People are different people. Some people actually, I work better from my home office than I do from my work office, simply because I have fewer distractions. At work office, I have lots and lots of friends who stop by and say hi, and that kind of disrupts my train of thoughts. And then I have a couple of enemies also, that kind of, when I see them, my mood kind of takes a nosedive. By the way, it's important to have enemies. If you don't do anything, you would not have any enemies. Anytime you try to make changes, you will have enemies. And I think I'm proud of the enemies that I have, and I'm glad that they're there because they motivate me more. In fact, one of I'm leading around for an investment, a Series D for investment, and one of my enemies was trying to tell me that I shouldn't do this and that he should do this and he's more capable of this. And I was the one that got that business away from him. And now he's a bigger enemy because he lost out. So anytime people lose out, they're bigger enemies. But anyway, coming back to women and Muslim women, just offering the time and place flexibility is great. The other aspect that is important is that a lot of times when we develop products with an all-male team, we do not understand the impact that it has on women consumers. So for example, one of the products that was developed in Silicon Valley, I think it was about 15 years ago or so, was of connecting cell phones that were in people's pockets. Men usually carry cell phones in their pocket, and that actually happens at least in US. But women do not carry, not all women carry cell phones in their pocket. Either is it in the purse or in the hand. And by having an all-male team, they basically lost their way and the whole company crashed.
Which can happen. And we're not going to crash, but we are going to have to crash this party because we're at the half hour. But we do want to thank Dr. Salman Alzar and also Dr. Sharif, who actually leads the World Talent Economic Forum, which is broadcast on the Pod TV network worldwide. And he's got great groups of people that show up to his events. So hopefully we'll be able to bring, and they're from all over the world too. They're very interesting, great show that he puts on. And Dr. Salman Alzar for VC Masters. We also want to thank all the VCs who are watching this, not just in the United States, but around the world. And we will see you next week on VC Masters. Take care. Bye-bye.
I go anywhere with you, 'cause you fill my mind, or you fill my mind. We could build a dream, start up something new, and the world is on your shoulders, and you feel like falling over. Just let me in your head, so I can be there for you, there for you. Tonight is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? You will fall asleep. Tonight is young, won't you sing for me?